of a plane that is dealing with the provisions of Order 7 as well as Order 6 CPC. Huh? I think, yes, now today the process is the next step. What should be the next step of a young lawyer and also the student? Now the plaint is ready. Now you must remember, once the plaint is ready and it is lodged in the office, it is the once you lodge in the court office the copy of the plaint, the original plaint, the it will be placed for removal of objections, if any. Before admission, it will be placed for objection, if any, by the office. Will point out and tell you that you have not correctly joined the parties, that you have not paid the correct fees, that paragraphs are not correct, and your prayers are not correct, all these things. Now, once this process is completed, then the next step is the registrar, or in the Bombay High Court, the Protonotary Senior High Court Bombay will say the plaint is admitted. Huh? Once the plaint is admitted, the next duty of the plaintiff is that he must lodge, suppose if there are two defendants, two additional copies, five defendants, five copies, six defendants, six copies of the plaint along with the original for services. Now this requirement you will find under Order 7 Rule 9. Please see that here. Order 7 Rule 9 jo padhe humne, you are required to deposit as many copies as the defendants are there with a view to enable service of the writ of summons. Now who will deliver the writ of summons? A writ of summons along with the copy of the plaint. A writ of summons is the document, is a letter written from the office of the court, a court office. If it is filed in the Bombay High Court under the seal of the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, the Protonotary Senior Master writes a letter to the defendant that whereas the plaintiff has filed a present suit against you for the relief in the for the relief claim therein, the plaintiff is enclosed herewith. You are hereby called upon to give your statement submission within a period of 1 month, failing which ex parte decision will be taken against you. So this is the writ of summons. Uske liye writ of summons ke liye in the Bombay High Court, the procedure is as per the rule. You as a lawyer, advocate on record, and I will tell you, every lawyer in the state of Maharashtra, as a matter of course, cannot practice in the Bombay High Court original site directly. Please note that though under the Advocates Act, you have a right to appear and file appearance and argue the cases all throughout India, including Supreme Court. Now, so far as the Supreme Court and original side of the Bombay High Court is concerned, the lawyers are required to be registered. In the Supreme Court, as per the rule, they are called AORs, Advocate on Record, where normally examinations are held every year, and certain people are selected on the basis of their passing. In the city of Mumbai, in the original side of the Bombay High Court, there is a separate list is recorded in the first floor of the Bombay High Court. When you see room number 22, you have to make an application that you would like to be rolled as an advocate and record of the High Court, Bombay. So fortunately, there is no exams here. Only the requirement is that here of a lawyer that he is practicing in the city of Mumbai, and he has a chamber office, and he has appointed a clerk who will assist him in that matter. This requirement, how it is there in section 119 of the CPC, check करें यहाँ पर 119 में आप check करें 119, if I am not mistaken, unauthorized person not to address the court. See, a lawyer may be listed practicing in Sangli Court and maybe in the Pune Bar Association. Now you cannot directly file appearance. You have a right to argue and plead as a counsel. There is no bar. Okay? Please note that this is the separate distinction created for the High Court Bombay, the chartered High Court like Bombay, Calcutta, Madras High Court, where I mentioned that the original jurisdiction of the High Court is flowing from clause number 12 of the latest patent and not from sections 16, 17 and 20 of the CPC, which applies to only civil courts like district court, civil judge senior division, junior division, and city civil court and small cause court Bombay. That is why under section 120 CPC, you'll find that here it expressly says that provisions of section 1617. Pardon? Anybody? Provisions of section 16, 17, 20 CPC shall not apply to the High Court. That you please bear in mind. So this is the why because we mentioned that the High Court is a court of original jurisdiction, like the district court, like the Supreme Court of India is also a court of original jurisdiction in certain matters. That appropriate article you'll find Article 131 in the Constitution of India. Okay, there the disputes between the central government, state government, and two states. Like for example, Kaveri state dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu went here. Those dispute now recently you'll appreciate that central government passed the CIA bill and all. The state of Kerala has filed a suit under Article 131, challenging the constitutional validity of the Citizens Amendment Act here. So that is under the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, where the advocates on record who have passed the examination can only file appearance. But other lawyers from India who are enrolled under the Advocates Act can appear and argue as an arguing counsel and go, there is no problem. They may appear as junior counsel, but you cannot file appearance before the court here. Like similarly, now the appearance provisions are dealt under the provisions of Order 3 of the Code of Civil Procedure. Who can appear before the court? Order 3, see that here, in a civil litigation, a party can appear in person. A party can appear in person, or he can appoint a authorized person, a power of attorney holder, or an advocate can appear before the court. All the advocates are also authorized to file appearance and argue before the court is the letter. So in the civil litigation, it is not mandatory that only advocate must be appointed. Now, whereas you will find in CRPC, there's a different, every person, every accused person, or you may call it the complainant, cannot fight the case as a matter of course. Section 302 CRPC is an appropriate section where a person needs to take the permission of the criminal court, maybe a magistrate, a court of sessions, high court, because here there's the involvement of fundamental right of the accused person, even a complainant. He may not be competent to prosecute the matter. Normally, the prosecution is conducted through the public prosecutors or special public prosecutors. In case the accused does not have a lawyer, it is the mandatory duty of the magistrate, session judge, high court to provide them an advocate free of cost. That is all the provision. So here in the CPC, civil litigation can be contested by a person and party in person under Order 3, whereas under 302 CRPC, a criminal procedure code, as a matter of court, the complainant or the accused cannot contest litigation unless otherwise the magistrate, for reason best known, grants it. Please note that. Similarly, while we discuss the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, High Court, and the Civil Court, that is original jurisdiction, in the criminal proceeding in the CRPC, neither the Supreme Court, nor the High Court, nor Session Court is the court of original jurisdiction. Now, this you will find as a student of CRPC, there is section 190 CRPC, where all criminal complaints are taken cognizance of by the magistrate, either maybe on a police report or through a private complaint or the magistrate himself. So these complaints are filed directly under 190. So this shows that here the court of the magistrate in the city of Mumbai, it is the metropolitan magistrate, Kalyan Thana, Pune, वहाँ पे magistrate of the judicial magistrate, first class, second class, are the competent person who can take directly complaint. So these are the courts of original jurisdiction. Now you see section 193 CRPC says, Court of Sessions is not a court of original jurisdiction. Section 193, just have a look at it. It is not a court of original jurisdiction unless specific. It is a court of, unless the matter is committed to it by the magistrate. Now, when does a committal take place? I'll tell you that here. Now, even suppose CRPC tells you there are trials which take place before a magistrate, trial before a sessions court. There are two types of trials and 4 types of trial. So directly, even if you have committed murder, though the case is triable, it will go directly before the magistrate. You know that once a complaint FIR is lodged under 154, the police officer will arrest the accused person under section 41 CRPC. अरेस्ट करने के बाद नेक्स्ट प्रोसीजर क्या है आपको मालूम है, विद इन 24 आवर्स in pursuant of Article 22 of the Constitution and Section 56 and 57 CRPC, within 24 hours the accused must be brought before the magistrate. कोई भी केस हो, मर्डर केस हो, रेप केस हो, डेफेमेशन, कोई भी केस में अरेस्ट हो गया तो that is the original jurisdiction. Within 24 hours mean the police officer must conclude the investigation within a period of 24 hours. Agar in case he is unable to conclude the investigation, the police officer is not permitted to keep the custody of the accused for more than 24 hours. Mandate of section 57 as well as article 22 of the Constitution. Now the next procedure is under section 167 of the CRPC. If the police officer wants further custody, he has to make an application called remand application, requesting the magistrate, I need the custody. Remand application karega to maximum custody with which the magistrate may grant is 15 days time. So this is an exercise of original jurisdiction. So maximum custody the magistrate may grant is 60 days and 90 days depending upon what the crime is. If the crime is committed below 7 years, within 90 days you must complete the charge sheet and file it. Or if the crime is punishable for death after 7 years, within 90 days. Otherwise, the accused gets a statutory right away. So this is the scheme of the CRPC, which the magistrate courts act as a court of original jurisdiction. But if the magistrate comes to the conclusion that after collecting the material, suppose A committed the murder of B, he will collect the material, all the material that is a weapon, principal say charge sheets of wahi pe file hoega. Then the magistrate will say that this is not triable by me. That you will find in the first schedule of the CRPC where it is triable. Then the magistrate will send the matter to the sessions court under section 209. उसको कहते हैं process को, that is a procedure for committal proceeding. क्या बोलते हैं? That's a committal proceeding. So the procedure is totally different here. It is only in committal proceeding under 209, the Court of Sessions for the first time after receiving the papers, charge sheet from the magistrate, it will go to frame charges under section 227, 226 CRPC, wo alag baat hai. The trial will take place. Now, the Court of Sessions, mind you that here, is only a court of jurisdiction in one matter. That is, when a defamation complaint is filed against the President of India, Vice President of India, or Chief Minister, public servant, a public prosecutor directly files a complaint in the Court of Session for defamation. That section you will find section 199. Please open section 199. You will come to know them. This is the only example where the Court of Session directly acts as a court of original jurisdiction. Please note that here. And there are no other circumstances mentioned in the CRPC where you can directly move the, that means normally section 193 कह देता आपको, and Court of Sessions is not a court of original jurisdiction. Now, the Bombay High Court, any High Court is normally a court of appeal from the Court of Sessions or revisions from the orders passed by the lower court such as magistrate as well as magistrate, and doesn't act as a court of original jurisdiction. But there are two circumstances. There are two sections which you must mention in CRPC where the High Court can directly be moved by filing a petition challenging particular order. Number one, when you see section 94 and 95 of the CRPC, here the publications and periodicals which may be very offensive, which may be against the state under section 124A, 153A, promoting hatred community के लिए, और obscenity रहेगा उसके अंदर 94, 95 ये. See, forfeiture 95 जाइए आप, section 95. Come to section 95, please. सेक्शन 95 के अंदर आपको मिलेंगे, देखिए यहाँ पे पुलिस publications are taken custody by the police officer, because the book written by you is a philosophy of a rightist. It is causing prejudice to the government. They are sedition in the nature, article 124 में. They are promoting enmity. So government क्या करेगी? Immediately confiscate करेगी police officer. Obscenity hai, young minds are being corrupted. So obscenity is a crime under the Indian Penal Code, under section 293, 295A. तो immediately क्या करेगी पुलिस आके forfeit करेगी, ये books पूरे ban करेगी. Salman Rushdie wrote a book on midnight children, blaming, disparaging comments against Prophet Muhammad allegation. Now immediately all those books were confiscated. You come to know that here. Now the confiscation होने के बाद, now when confiscation takes place, what is affected here? The author's right under article 19(1)(a) is affected. Freedom of speech, which is your fundamental right, is speech. Then freedom to carry on business, article 19(1)(g) is affected. These are valuable rights under chapter 3 of the Indian Constitution. They cannot be snatched and taken away. Now the procedure is, when this happens under 95, action of the police officer or the state government can be directly challenged by approaching the High Court under section 96. 96 खोलिए CRPC का, section 96. Section 96 में you directly file a case. This is one example where a criminal case can be directly filed in the High Court and no other case. And the case will be tried by minimum 3 judges, full bench judgment here. Yeah, the full bench is required for trying this matter. It's so serious. The matter involves a serious repercussion of your fundamental right of the author whose book is confiscated. Now, several lawyers and social workers have been now arrested by the government, Mr. Varevara Rao and Bradwaj and all these people whose articles are confiscated. Now they are required to, if their books are confiscated, they have to move the High Court. This is one example, departure in the CRPC, where the High Court acts as a court of original jurisdiction only for the purposes of releasing the books under section 95. Number one, there is one more last section I will point out. Section 406 and 407. 406 is the Supreme Court power. Now recently, the Sushant Singh's girlfriend, she approached the Supreme Court under 406 के अंदर जो FIR register हुआ है, this one in Bihar may kindly be transferred to Maharashtra, isn't it? The Supreme Court did not exercise the power, वो अलग बात है. That is one jurisdiction where the High Court has power to transfer cases from A court to B court, C court, or can try itself. Now under 407 check कीजिए आप, under section 407, the High Court can transfer the case from the Court of Sessions, from the Court of the Magistrate, and to any other court if a complaint is made that the magistrate is not conducting well and he is very prejudicial, he is biased towards me and he knows the other side, you can come under 407 for transfer of the case. Okay, ये सब करेंगे ना आप, the High Court may try itself the case. There is a power here. Now similarly in the Code of Civil Procedure Code, powers are available under section 24, 25, 26. The civil court can transfer the cases. The High Court can transfer the cases. Section 24 के अंदर CPC. Okay, general power of transfer or withdrawal, ये सब चीजें. So now you come to know the gamut of the various court, how they are working, how you can directly approach, isn't it? The civil courts and the criminal court, dono सीख गया, because in my opinion, when you are a practicing lawyer, when you are doing CPC, you should also have the knowledge with regard to CRPC and your tribunals. You just cannot read one act in absolutely exclusively. It is not the monopoly, and it has to be read in conjunction, and it has to be read giving a harmonious interpretation, then only you can become intellectually bright and come to know the various facts. If you want to practice in High Court and Supreme Court, you should know the various provision. You are not confining as a specialist, chalo ek hi matter kar liya main. वो नहीं करें आप. In the initial stage of 4-5 years, please practice all types of laws and know all the section. Yes. Now the plaint was ready. Plaint is registered. Now please come back to CPC now. Okay. Your plaint is registered. आपने application किया for issuance of summon to the protonotary senior master and to the registrar in the lower courts. Your summons has been ready. A copy of the plaint. Now the next step is then writ of summons to be served, service, section 27, 28, 29, 29 of the Code of Civil Procedure deal with summons. Okay. And summons kahan pe dena hai, personal service dena hai. If the defendant is situated outside India, bahar state mein hai, it can go nowadays, of course, through email or alag baat hai. When there was no email earlier, they used to transmit it from one court to another court. If there is a summons are to be sent to an accused person to the another magistrate, a person in jail, how it is to be served? By sending it to jailer. A person in army, navy, by sending it to commanding officer. So yes, a provision is dekh liya hai. And along with this, you must read the provisions of Order 5. Please take out Order 5 is a comprehensive provision which deals with various types of service. Number one, iske andar personal service hai. In the city of Bombay, personal service is normally effected through the office of Sheriff of Bombay, which is situated on the ground floor of the City Civil Court, Bombay. City Civil Session Court ke ground floor mein Sheriff of Bombay hai. Sheriff of Bombay has got officers who are known as bailiffs. So you can directly take the bailiffs by writing a letter to them. Personal service may be effective. Address de dein aap, you have to send your representative in case of doubt he cannot recognize, and normally they go on their own. If you do not want to do personal service, defendant available na hai, iska email hai, send it through email. Order 5 Rule 9 में वो provision दिया गया है. Okay, okay. Then registered post भी कर सकते हैं आप. There is no problem. And if the personal service is not possible, he doesn't have a mobile number, email number, then you can resort to substituted service under Order 5 Rule 20, which is very important. Yahan pe normal procedure is that from Protonotary Senior Master High Court Bombay, you file affidavit, or in the City Civil or in the Small Causes Court or lower court, you file an application called pursuit, placing on record that attempt was made to serve the defendant 3 occasions by the bailiff. Morning में उसका timing है sunset and sunrise से पहले नहीं जा सकता. Bailiff can only go after sunset and should go before sunrise. There's a bailiff manual. So you mentioned before the court, there 3 attempts were made by me. On all the 3 occasions, defendant was not available. It appears he is avoiding service, having come to know I filed the suit. It is not possible to serve in the ordinary mode, that this honorable court be pleased to grant me substituted service. So which can be by publication in the newspaper or by affixing the copy of the summons in the courtroom premises. High court may, every court may, there is a board there. You will check it in the board in the high court room number 13 के बाहर एक board है. वहाँ पे lots of summons are affixed by the court. Then they're affixing the copy of the summons on the outer door of the defendant's premises. So these are the various provisions. Okay, this is an important provision. ये होने के बाद the defendant appears before the court under Order 3 by engaging the services of a lawyer. Then he has to file written statement. Now the role under Order 8 Rule 1 will come into play. Okay, Order 8 Rule 1 the खोल लीजिए, important provision है. Now Order 8 is analogous to the provisions of Order 7 and 6. Order 7 deals with the contentions of the averment of the plaintiff. Order 8 deals with what the defendant is required to do after receiving the plaint. So here there are various amendments of the High Court, Bombay High Court ने बहुत amend किया गया है various sections, because under section 122 every High Court has power to amend the rule. Now the first requirement is written statement under Order 8 Rule 5 in the first instance should be filed within 30 days. 30 days में file करें, no question will arise. You don't have to file affidavit. You don't have to ask for any reason why you are filing 30 days. If within 30 days में अगर नहीं file करे, you are out of India, you are out of station, your lawyer was sick, it is ready, your typist has not typed it, then you have to make one application for condonation of delay. That I could not file it within 30 days, A reason, B reason. The delay application is normally filed under Section 5 of the Limitation Act. Okay? Section 5 of the Limitation Act provides for condonation of delay, giving reasons why you could not file it, what prevented you from filing it. Okay? वो application file करें आपको court को, Section 5 of the Limitation Act. This is applicable to all applications and appeals and not to suits. Okay? Please note that. Suits के लिए क्या लगेगा? Section 12 से 12 से लेकर 24 तक. That I will separately deal when I am dealing with Limitation Act, but cursorily I am mentioning it. तो यहाँ पे application कर दिया आपने that I was suffering from so and so disease. I could not remain present. I could not give instruction to my lawyer that the delay has occasion, and I am unable to, I could not file the written statement within 30 days. Now be 48 days, 58 day हो गया. Or maybe today the 60th day. I may be permitted to file the written statement, seek permission. Normally the courts are very generous. They condone it as a matter of course, 60 days. अगर 60 days में भी आप file नहीं करें, one more last opportunity is given to you. Till the 90th day. 90th day, you can file application for a written statement by filing your application for condonation. Now, there is one important amendment. There is a commercial disputes which are tried in district court and high court. And in the commercial disputes, limitation, the time granted is 120 days. I don't think in syllabus may you have a commercial appellate division of the High Court that came in the year 2015 and 16. Just bear in mind for those. Commercial dispute, for example, you are filing a suit under the provisions of a Trademark Act for infringement of the trademark and for claiming damages. That is a trademark suit, is a commercial division suit. Copyright suit, Geographical Indication Act suit, and suit for recovery of money, all these commercial matters. So these are the commercial matters which go to the High Court that deal separately. Now the next important topic is what must your written statement contain? So as usual, the written
Sorry
statement...
to interrupt, sir.
जी,
Sir,
जी,
only
हाँ.
10 minutes are left.
Only 10 minutes. Yeah. Anybody wants to ask any questions so far, please बताइए.
Sir, Ashish Adlalka here. Sir, for substitute, this thing you had said that the matter is put on the boards, like, but for like COVID right now under the high courts, there are no boards, sir. So how would it work in a situation like today?
COVID के अंदर सर्विस करने की जरूरत ही नहीं. The court has extended the time for everybody. Okay, automatically your time is extended. Automatically your time extended. COVID में कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं आपको. Your time stands extended automatically. Supreme Court, High Court have passed general order. During the lockdown period, everything time is extended. Whatever stay order period limitation doesn't apply. Don't worry.
Okay.
There's sufficient ground for condonation of delay.
So even for like emergency matters, if you want to serve, is there a way out or you cannot serve?
Nowadays emergency matter WhatsApp. WhatsApp and email.
Thank you.
Nowadays we are giving messages on WhatsApp as well as email that I will be mentioning the matter or the matter is placed on so and so date, you may remain present. This is only in normal circumstance. Order 5 Rule 20 only in normal cases. Okay.
And so WhatsApp has been granted legal sanction?
Yes. Justice Patel judgment go through. Justice Gautam Patel judgment is there that WhatsApp service is valid. Okay. आप गूगल में जाके मारो, आप मिल जाएगा. Anybody has any question? Okay. If no question will come now here. Now written statement may again, you may, some courts insist name of the full court must be mentioned, and the title must be mentioned same as title. जो name of the court, name of the party same रहेगा. Next step रहेगा written statement on behalf of the dependent as under. Okay. पहले when you prepare, then you mention here that you take up all the legal defenses. Pahla. Number one, what you normally do that here, legal defense, the defendant respectfully submit that this honorable court does not have jurisdiction to entertain and try the present suit. Okay. This is one objection, legal objection, both factual. This is a legal objection, which is read under Order 14, Rule 2A, Subclause A. Formerly, it was under Section 9A CPC in the state of Maharashtra. Now, 9A has been struck down. Okay? That is a jurisdiction clause. That there is no privity of contract between the plaintiff and defendant. The suit is not maintainable. This honorable court does not have jurisdiction because the cause of action, if any, has alleged has arisen in the Kolhapur or Pune, not in the city of Mumbai. One defense ho gaya aapko. Then, second important defense you take it up before the court is this, that there is absolutely no cause of action of whatsoever nature available to the plaintiff. Now, Order 7, Rule 11, Clause A कहता है कि plaint can be rejected when there is no cause of action. We learned it. So the defendant should normally take up the plea that here the plaint does not disclose any cause of action. There is no reason to approach. I don't know the plaintiff. I have not committed any wrong. The construction placed on the contract is erroneous. Now, whatever breaches, the so-called breaches, does not give rise to the cause of action. So the plaint should be rejected in limine. The suit should be disposed of and dismissed. ये दो ground. तीसरा ground लीजिए आप, that the plaint is hopelessly barred from the bare reading of the plaint. So the defendant respectfully submits that the plaint is hopelessly barred. Then you have to mention how it is barred. Now, under the Limitation Act, the articles cover a suit for declaration, for example, under Article 58 is required to be filed within a period of 3 years' time. Under Article 56, suit for specific performance, also 3 years from the date of the cause of action. I'm just giving you illustration. This is so ये Article 1 से लेकर 58, 60, 60 तक they deal with all suits commercial nature and declaration. 58 कहता है कि all declaratory suit must be within 3 years. So here the suit is filed after a period of maybe 6 years, 7 years. Suit is barred by limitation. If it is a suit for recovery of immovable property, Article 66, 67, 65, 66, 67, they say it is 12 years' time. समझे ना? So the suit is being filed after substantially longer time. So if the defense is available, ये ले सकते हैं आप. So these are the defenses, you take it up. Then you may say that here, contract which has been entered into between the plaintiff and defendant, the defendant has admitted the claim in paragraph number so and so in the letter. That's called admission. I only accept the part of the claim and not the entire claim. For rest of the claim, the suit be dismissed. Then if the suit is filed if the suit is filed knowing fully well certain rights have accrued to the plaintiff, then you can take up the plea that here the suit is barred by the doctrine of estoppel and waiver. I mean, a promissory estoppel. For example, Government of India, Maharashtra, has given a promise during election that if you set up an industry in the state for 15 years, there will be no taxes. Small scale industry. Aapne small scale industry kiya, you're having a flourishing business. Now, within a period of 3 years, 4 years, you're receiving notice from the government, pay taxes. So you take up the plea that the claim of the government is wrong. There is a promissory estoppel is applicable to them. A landlord is filing a suit against tenant after a period of 12 years on the ground that you have sublet the premises or you carried out illegal structures which have the value of which a premises is impaired. You take up the plea that the repairs were done to the knowledge of the plaintiff. He was aware of it. There's an improvement. So he has not taken action within time. I did the repairs about 5 years ago. So a waiver will come into play. Band ho gaya?
No, sir, we can hear you, but only 1 minute left for meeting to finish.
1 minute left. So this is called a ground of waiver you can take play. I mean, by his own conduct, the plaintiff landlord has waived his right to recover the premises. So ground of waiver bhi le liya aapne idhar, isn't it? Then res judicata can also be one of the defenses. Namely, there was a previous suit between the plaintiff's father and the defendant's father on the same cause of action. The suit was filed about in the year of 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago. In the said suit, similar issues were raised. The matter went to trial. The court was pleased to dismiss and reject the plaintiff's suit. A decree. I am in possession of the judgment and decree. I annex herewith. So the present suit is barred by the provisions of res judicata under section 11 of the Code of Civil Procedure. You need not mention the section, is understood. So this is the defense of res judicata. So these defenses